The story of the Island of the Dolls in Mexico. In the heart of Mexico, hidden among the canals of Xochimilco, lies a place that exudes terror and mystery, the Island of the Dolls. This secluded island is famous for its haunting appearance, adorned with hundreds of old, decaying dolls hanging from trees and scattered across the land. Their hollow eyes and disfigured faces seem to tell a story of sorrow and fear. The story dates back to the 1950s, when a man named Don Julian Santana Barrera decided to isolate himself on this island. According to local legend, Julian discovered the body of a young girl who had drowned under mysterious circumstances in the canal near the island. Deeply shaken by her tragic death, he began to hear whispers and feel a haunting presence, convinced that the girl's spirit lingered around him. In an attempt to appease the restless spirit, Julian started collecting discarded dolls, salvaging them from trash piles or pulling them from the water. He hung them around the island as a way to honor the girl and ward off her ghost. Over the years, the collection grew into a grotesque display of broken, weather-worn dolls, each more disturbing than the last. Some claim that the dolls come alive at night, their lifeless eyes glowing with malice, whispering to one another, or moving eerily in the darkness. Visitors to the island often report feeling uneasy, as if unseen eyes are watching them from every direction. In 2001, in a chilling twist of fate, Don Julian himself was found dead, floating in the same spot where he claimed to have discovered the girl decades earlier. His death remains a mystery, further fueling the island's ominous reputation. Today, the Island of the Dolls has become a macabre tourist destination, attracting thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. Its eerie atmosphere and the legend of the haunted dolls make it one of the most unsettling places in the world. Would you dare to visit? In the quiet suburbs of Houston, Texas, there lived a family whose life took a chilling turn, all because of a doll. Not just any doll, but Elsa, from Disney's Frozen. At first, it seemed like an innocent toy, but soon it became something far more sinister. It all started as a birthday gift for their youngest daughter, Emily. She adored Elsa, pressing the button to hear her sing "Let It Go" over and over. Her laughter filled the room, until one day, something changed.
Listen to this!
One evening, as the family sat down for dinner, they heard it, Elsa's voice. But Emily wasn't in the room. And the doll? It was still in her toy box. They brushed it off as a malfunction, until the next night, when Elsa spoke again. But this time, it wasn't just the cheerful tune of "Let It Go." The voice was different. Distorted, almost whispering. Things took a terrifying turn when Elsa began speaking. In Spanish, the family had never said it to another language. And no matter what they did removing the batteries, even throwing it away, the voice wouldn't stop. They decided to get rid of it, driving miles away to toss it in the garbage. But days later, the doll reappeared, sitting in Emily's room, staring blankly. That same distorted voice echoed through the house. "I'm always here. Let's play." The family eventually moved away, leaving the doll behind. To this day, no one knows how Elsa kept returning. Was it a glitch or something far worse? Whatever the truth may be, one thing's certain: some toys should never be played with. Hidden behind the glass of a museum display case in Key West, Florida, sits a seemingly ordinary doll. But this is no ordinary plaything. This is Robert the doll, a figure shrouded in fear, mystery, and an undeniable curse. Robert was given to a young boy named Robert Eugene Otto in the early 1900s. The doll, said to be a handmade gift from a servant skilled in voodoo, quickly became young Robert's closest companion. He called it Robert, dressing it in one of his own sailor suits and speaking to it as though it were alive. At first, it seemed innocent, but soon the Otto family began to notice peculiar things. At night, the sound of small footsteps echoed through the halls. Items went missing, only to reappear in strange places, and Robert the doll seemed to move on his own. One night, young Robert awoke screaming. His parents rushed to his room, only to find the boy curled in a corner, terrified, claiming the doll had threatened him. The room was in disarray, furniture overturned, and Robert the doll was sitting upright, with an unchanging gaze. After young Robert's death, the doll was passed to new owners. They, too, reported eerie events. Appliances malfunctioned, shadows danced on the walls, and anyone who dared to mock Robert found themselves plagued by accidents, misfortune, and even unexplained illnesses. Today, Robert resides in the Fort East Martello Museum. Visitors are warned, be respectful. Countless letters surround his display case, apologies from those who dared insult him and paid the price. Cameras fail, and whispers fill the air for those who tempt his curse. So, if you ever find yourself face to face with Robert the doll, remember this: he's watching, always watching, and he never forgets.